Ladies and gentlemen, would you like to debate?
Yes.
Right, what would you like?
You have a problem with our inheritance?
Yes, I do.
Half the women? Why?
So I have a problem with Islam,
Right.
and its treatment of women generally.
All right, understood.
Because I believe that Islam teaches and treats women in a derogatory way that Christianity improves upon and makes better.
That's your only problem with Islam?
No, I have many problems with Islam, but this, this is one of them.
How we treat women. So it says that the inheritance, the woman gets half of whatever the men get, unless there's two of them.
Right, half of whatever a man gets.
Yes, the boy, the same son.
Is that fair?
100%.
So
Why?
it's fair that a woman gets half of what a man gets in inheritance.
Is it fair that the man has to take responsibility of the girl and the girl doesn't have to take responsibility of the man?
This is a problem in your religion, not in our religion.
No, it implies that you have to take responsibility of the girl.
No, this is what
you take double the inheritance.
This is what your religion teaches.
Yes.
So in other words, women have less rights and less responsibilities.
100%,
Agreed?
yes.
Right. So what you've just heard is women are less than men in both their rights and their responsibilities. Tell me why should women have less rights and less responsibilities?
They have less responsibility, not less rights.
Because
they have less responsibility, the man has to be more accountable on whatever the woman does and whatever the woman has.
Right, so hold on.
We have a law that says as your responsibility increases, so does the stage that you stand on.
Right.
If I'm responsible for you, I would need you to listen to whatever I'm saying, whatever my instructions are, if I was responsible for you. So Islam orders that men are responsible for the woman and therefore need to take care of more of the inheritance.
Okay, allow me to reply. What's your name?
Omar.
Omar. Nice to meet you, Omar. My name's Bob.
Bob?
Yes. So, Omar, you might have misspoke. But you said that they have less rights.
No, less responsibility.
Less responsibilities, but the same rights.
Yes.
But you've also admitted. No, Omar. Let's have a conversation where you speak without me interrupting, and I speak without you interrupting.
Just don't take words out of my mouth.
Otherwise, this will just descend into a shouting match. Now, the camera will show that you said that women have less responsibilities but the same rights. But in the earlier statement you agreed that women inherit less. That is a right, not a responsibility. So my question to you is what is the logic, the rationale by saying to women that they should have less responsibilities? What is it about women that says they have less responsibilities than a man?
There's a distinction you have to make between the same rights and equal rights. A woman may have a right that we don't have, and we may have rights that women don't have. Doesn't mean that we have the same rights, doesn't mean that we have equal rights. They are given whatever they need, we are given whatever we need. This never should be equal. Two different types of genders, two different species, you can say. One has to take care of the other. Because they have less inheritance, it's because the men are responsible on their accountants. They have to make sure they're fed, they're housed, they're educated, they are taken care of. So why would the woman go and take the same amount of inheritance? What would she do with it? There's a distinction you have to make between same rights and equal.
Can I reply?
Rights.
Right.
Go ahead.
So Omar hasn't actually answered the question. So the question that I asked him was, what is it about women that means that they have less rights and less responsibilities? And there was a bit of sophism there. Because what he tried to say is that less rights doesn't mean equal rights, and we have to make a distinction here. If you have less rights, you don't have equal rights, ladies and gentlemen, and sophism won't get around that problem. Now, I do want him to come back to it, but I'm going to introduce a difference, which is in the Christian worldview. Now, Christians do recognize that men and women are different. We're not someone that's pretending that women can be as strong as men, or that women and men are the same in every way. That's not a Christian worldview. But we do believe in their equality. And wherever that equality can be founded, such as in inheritance, Christians believe that that should be expressed in law. And there is no reason, intellectually or physically, why a woman can't provision for herself. Let me give you an example from history. During the Crusades, one of the women who was fleeing Frederick II, Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, during the Barons' Crusade, were the women of the barons who had rebelled against Frederick II. One of those women fled to a castle held by a Hospitaller knight who was going to surrender the castle because he didn't have provisions for a siege. One of the women refugees had the wisdom, intellect, and education and the financial resources to provide for the castle for a siege. So that proves that women do have the intellect to take care of their own provisions. So I want him now to justify why he thinks that a woman is so stupid that she can't provide for her own food.
So first and foremost, you give an example and set it over the rule for all women, correct? You give one example and said all women are the same. Huh? Where I see in nature, where women are taking care of themselves the most, is in the animal world, in the animal kingdom. Here we have higher hierarchies, higher structures that need to be taken care of. I'm not saying women are stupid. I'm not saying women can't take care of themselves. I'm saying the best structure of society is when a man has a higher degree over the woman and needs to take care of her. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying women are stupid. I'm not saying women can clean their own buttocks. What I'm saying is that in a household, there needs to be a structure, there needs to be a leader, and there needs to be a follower. And because of this, Islam has certain laws on inheritance and certain laws on different rights. Yes.
Are you done? Okay. So Omar has still not answered the question that I asked him. I asked him, why, ladies and gentlemen, are women not able to provide for their own provision? Because that was his justification for different inheritance rights. That women don't provide for their own food. And I backed it up with a historical example where a woman didn't just provide for her own food, where she provided for the food of an entire castle. He's running away. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reality is that isn't my only complaint about how Islam treats women. It isn't just that it has a misogynistic understanding of their intellect. The Quran sanctions that a man can beat a woman.
Beat?
Why can a man beat a woman?
Why?
Is it because she's done something wrong? No. It is because the man suspects that she has done something wrong. It says in the Quran, and I quote, if you suspect, everyone say suspect, that of a woman of impropriety, first you admonish them with your tongue, then you banish them from the bed, and if you still suspect, everyone say suspect, you strike them. That's what the Quran says. Now, Muhammad said in the hadiths, he said that women are deficient in their religion. Why are they deficient in their religion? Why? Because intellectually they are not the equals of men. Isn't the testimony of one man worth that of two women according to Islamic fiqh?
I think it is.
So they are intellectually less. Most of the women in hell, according to Muhammad, are women. Are women. So the Quran says that women don't have the same rights in inheritance because they can't look after themselves, as Omar said, despite the fact I demonstrated from a Christian worldview they can. Secondly, a man can strike a woman if he suspects her of doing wrong. Interestingly, in the Christian world, it's the man that goes to the couch out of chivalry for the woman. Because as the weaker sex, it would be unchivalrous to put them in the uncomfortable position of sleeping on the couch. So if you've fallen out with your wife, even if you're in the right, as a man, you're the one that sleeps on the couch. Out of the Christian concept of chivalry, something missing in Islam. Furthermore, in Islam, it teaches that most of the women are in hell because they are deficient in their religion, because they menstruate. Why is God punishing them for menstruation?
Why?
And because they are deficient in intellect. The witness of a woman is half that of a man in a Sharia court. If a woman is raped, how many witnesses do they need? 4. 4 witnesses.
Cuatro.
When have you ever heard of a woman being able to appeal to 4 witnesses of rape? Ladies and gentlemen, Christianity, by contrast, is different. I gave you an example of a Christian woman from the time of the Crusades. So this is at the height of religious Christian frenzy, where a woman was able to provide for the provisions of an entire castle, thus demonstrating that women were seen to have the intellectual wit to take care of the affairs of logistics. And that was something celebrated by Saint Bernard. Saint Bernard was the patron saint of the Knights Templar. And he celebrated the Christian baronesses of Edessa as being good leaders, acting within their competence. So, ladies and gentlemen, Christianity elevates the position of women, and Islam puts down the positions of women, and that's why Omar wanted to run away.